chosen by something unseen. 4 zodiac signs move through life with guardians at their shoulder, not as a metaphor, but as a felt current, an invisible hand that steadies you in the storm, redirects you at the last second, or lifts you up the very moment you think the ground has opened beneath your feet. If you've ever had that eerie sense of being protected when things should have gone wrong, lean in. The old seer Vanga spoke of a powerful angelic shield around 4 signs in particular, and as 2025 unfolds, that protection surges like a tide returning to shore. Before we go deeper, make this experience personal. In the comments, write your date of birth and your zodiac sign so the universe can see you here and amplify what resonates with you. Let this be your quiet invocation. These aren't ordinary lives. They're lives with a task, a signature in fate's handwriting. The tricky thing about divine protection is that it often disguises itself as coincidence. The missed bus that kept you out of harm's way, the sudden insight that turned a risk into the right move, the phone call that arrived just as your hope was fading. If you've felt that thread, you know. And as we travel through Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, and Aquarius, notice the patterns you already carry. Stay with me as we open the first gate, then the second, third, and fourth. If you're drawn to messages like this and want more guidance aligned with your path, subscribe to Signs and Secrets now so you won't miss what's coming next. Your story is still being written. Part 1, Leo steps forward first, crowned by flame and purpose. A solar warrior doesn't earn an easy road. Leo is not spared the climb, only given a light strong enough to keep climbing. Vanga pointed to an ancient protective presence that moves with Leo through the darker valleys. An angel of victors who whispers, "Stand up," again. That's why Leo's breakthroughs often arrive at the 11th hour. From the outside, it looks like luck. On the inside, it's guidance. An intuition that hums before danger arrives, a path that opens precisely when resolve seems to wilt. The guardian here is a being of fire, a force that sharpens foresight, heightens instinct, and tunes the heart to timing. Leos win not because the world makes way, but because their nature refuses to stay small. They pull people, resources, and recognition into orbit, yet the magnet isn't only charisma. It's the invisible architecture of protection. There's a signature to it. When Leo falls, the lift is uncanny. When Leo hesitates, a sign arrives. When Leo commits, momentum gathers. The more demanding the passage, the clearer the mission becomes. This is how destiny trains a leader, through tests that temper, not break. And still, there's a condition. Betrayal of the self dims the shield. When Leo chases approval at the cost of truth, when they shrink from their own roar, protection thins. Not as punishment, but as a lesson. The angel waits at the line where authenticity resumes. Watch for your signals. Leo, the dream that sticks like a prophecy, the unexpected meeting that turns a key, the symbol that repeats until you finally admit it's speaking to you. You are not merely a sign, you are an assignment. Make decisions like someone whose footsteps echo. Create like someone who must leave warmth wherever they've stood. Lead like someone entrusted with light. The guardian protects the flame that refuses to go out. Now breathe and check in with yourself. Have you felt this pattern in your own life? If you're Leo, or if Leo lives strong in your chart, tell the story in the comments of the moment you should have fallen but didn't. Include your date of birth and your zodiac sign. Let this be your offering to the road. Ahead, Part 2, Taurus is held by a quieter power that surrounds like a field. From birth, a subtle ring of endurance and providence forms around them, not only to keep harm at bay, but to sculpt a life of steady flourishing. These guardians move slowly, methodically, nudging Taurus away from irreversible mistakes and toward the ground that will support their roots. Many disasters have already passed Taurus by, quietly, invisibly, because of a hand that rerouted what would have broken them. If you've ever felt the sense that something intervened just in time, you've touched that field. Vanga spoke of Taurus as a sign graced with the gift of drawing abundance, not in a flash, but the way spring arrives, inevitable, patient, generous. The guardians of Taurus are strict about one thing: motion. They amplify effort. They won't carry a life that refuses to move, but they will multiply the harvest of those who keep planting, even when the weather is unkind. This is why many Taurians feel a second wind precisely when they are about to quit. Strength appears, not because the path got easier, but because the guardians fortified the will that decided to keep going. You'll know they're nearby, the way your senses change in a moment of risk. The sudden warmth in your chest, the tingling in your hands, the grounded breath that replaces panic. Signs come through music, lines in a book, overheard words at the exact right time, numbers repeating like a compass. If something strange reroutes you but leads to a better outcome, that was guidance. Gratitude deepens the channel. The more Taurus honors what is already in their hands, the more precise and generous the guardians become, weaving in people, ideas, and opportunities that fit the soul's true pace. Pause midway and anchor your presence here with a simple act of resonance. If these messages support you, like this video now, it tells the algorithm and the angels alike that you're listening. Support Signs and Secrets. Become a channel member for exclusive videos and early access. Then tell the story of a crossroads you navigated by intuition. Include your date of birth and your zodiac sign, and let the community witness your pattern coming into focus. Part 3: Scorpio is a threshold made human. The guardians who circle Scorpio are ancient transformative spirits, midwives of endings, escorts of rebirth. Vanga's vision here was fierce. Protection for Scorpio isn't about cushioning the blow. It's about forging an unbreakable core. When things fall apart, the angel steps forward, not to erase the wreckage, but to reveal the door hidden inside it. This is why Scorpio survives storms that others cannot stand in. Why at the moment most people fold, Scorpio's eyes change and they walk through the fire. It isn't numbness. It's guidance, the gift that often frightens others. Scorpio's sight is another piece of the shield. Guardians lend them X-ray intuition, a way to smell lies, trace motives to their source, and read the soul's weather under someone's smile. This isn't paranoia. It's protection. It keeps Scorpio from bargains with hidden hooks. And then there's the sorcery of will. When Scorpio truly chooses, reality rearranges. Doors appear. People gather. Timing snaps into sync. Desire here is not a tantrum. It's a directive the guardians can work with. But there's a vow to honor. Be ruthlessly true to yourself. When Scorpio violates their own code, the shield thins. When they come back to authenticity, it thickens like armor reforged. Remember, too, that instruction often arrives disguised as loss. Every fall is an initiation. Every ending is a dark classroom. The guardians don't waste pain. They transmute it into sight, strength, and sovereignty. If you've felt knowledge bloom inside grief, if you've watched yourself rise from ashes you never asked for, you've met them. Write it down for us. Share your date of birth and zodiac sign in the comments, along with the lesson that changed you. Your witness may be the lantern someone else needs. And now, because messages like these find those who are meant to hear them, like this video if it has already mirrored your life in some way. Your small gesture keeps the doors open here, and it tells the current to carry this to the next person who's ready. Part 4: Aquarius walks with guardians who speak in flashes, lightning bolt intuition, improbable coincidences, last-minute rescues that feel like the plot rewriting itself while you watch. Their protection is imaginative, electric, strangely lucky. You'll notice it when the risk you took lands on stable ground, when the wild idea turns practical overnight, when the right person appears as if summoned. Vanga saw Aquarians guided by angels who don't merely shield but inspire, stitching together a life that bends toward discovery and service. The condition here is radical authenticity. The guardians of Aquarius refuse to bless imitation. The more you live from your singular rhythm, the louder the guidance gets. The more you dilute yourself to fit, the more the signal fades. This is why many Aquarians experience repeating symbols, phrases spoken by strangers, patterns in license plates, numbers blinking like beacons, until they own the path only they can walk. And when the surge comes, those sudden, visceral waves of energy that say, "Now, move." That is the guardians aligning timing so precisely that delay becomes a kind of disobedience. Dreams are a favored portal. If you wake with a vividly remembered scene that won't let go, don't dismiss it. Aquarius receives useful premonitions, previews of the terrain ahead, snippets of the map. Miracles here tend to be logistical, solutions arriving at perfect angles, resources sliding into place, doors unlocking because you dared to knock. You are not just protected, you are recruited to be yourself with such freedom that others remember they were never meant to photocopy their soul either. And so we return to you. If you recognized your life in Leo's fire, Taurus's field, Scorpio's threshold, or Aquarius's lightning, say so. In the comments, write your date of birth and your zodiac sign, and if you can, a moment you knew you were lifted by something you couldn't see. This is how we mark our path for the ones behind us. If this has helped you feel held, make sure you're subscribed to Signs and Secrets so you don't miss the messages that are already on their way to you. As we close, tap like. Let it be your quiet signal to the cosmos that you are open and listening. And because some blessings arrive through community, share this with the person who needs to remember they are not alone. Subscribe to Signs and Secrets now, so every new reading, insight and transmission finds you in time. Like this video if it met you where you are today. If you want to hear everything the universe has to say to you, watch these other videos on our channel.